Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so let's just dive in. And let's start off with this. So a company named M13 recently did a major breakdown of the overall prediction from Web 1 all the way to Web 3 and the value that is presented within the Web 3 potential. Now, when we look at this, right, I've talked about this in the past, and I've actually done video breakdowns around Web 3's overall value as well as scale of disruption. And I believe that Web 3 and the overall disruption of DLT itself will spread to everyday life, every single major industry, every single major sector. Now, as we take a step back and we go to Web 1.0 from 1970 to 2000, it had a peak market cap of $2.9 trillion. As we look at Web 2.0, it had a market cap, and it still has a market cap of $20.1 trillion today. Now, yes, this market cap might have changed a little bit because this report is from 2021. But as we do look over here at Web 3.0, well, it has a potential market cap of $139.3 trillion if it can remain having this major 7x delta pattern. This goes all the way back to Web 1 to Web 2 to, well, guess what? Web 3. Now, where exactly are we at with Web 3 and Web 3 adoption? Well, I will say I believe that we are on the edge of a major acceleration around Web 3.0. Mainly the biggest obstacle is regulatory, uncertainty, which is holding a lot of major brands, institutions, and also even a massive flood of capital away from this market right now. So, when we do get over that obstacle and the floodgates open, I question how much money is going to flow into crypto itself. Now remember though, it's not going to be just all of crypto. It is going to be specific assets, utility gems. This is why we look at XRP. This is why we look at XLM. This is why we look at HBAR, XDC, etc. Now, over here, we do see Real Vision. Only 4% of the world right now has digital wallets. That's equivalent to 1998 in terms of adoption of the internet. The OGs talk all things macro and crypto on Raul's Adventures in Crypto. Listen closely to this.
I think you're getting some TradFi people moving in, but it's still slow. Based on our accounting, only 4% of the world right now have digital wallets, and that's sort of equivalent to 1998 in terms of the adoption of the internet. That's when 4% of the world had access to the internet. So it's still very, very early. I know it feels late because every year in crypto is like 5 years in TradFi world, and I don't know how we're surviving it. I mean, you and I, older guys,
we're actually enjoying it.
Yeah, it is fun, and we know how to manage it, but it really is fast-paced, fast-growing. I do think the traditional world is slowly getting that, there's real, this is real, that there's real math behind it. The Satoshi white paper is not some fictional nonsense. It really is an important invention. And the initial concept that supports and backs Bitcoin and the Bitcoin network is, like a find. It's a great invention.
So yeah, I do believe that we are getting to the point where traditional players are getting, very excited about what crypto could possibly be. And I also believe that we're getting to that point where, as I said in the beginning of this video, things are about to accelerate a lot faster than what most people can anticipate. And it really all starts with one major live use case from a very large player to really tip the iceberg and have everything all at once change around the traditional landscape. Now, I want to take you guys over to this video as well. So Riz XRP posted this, and we do see recap of what I just heard. 95% of digital asset possibly are not solving real problems. Take off like a rocket ship. Listen close to this.
So let me just carry on with that thought, right? So I'm just going to recap what I've just heard, right? So a lot of money came very quickly into blockchain. With all that money came all that expectation. All that expectation led to a number of projects which people wanted to justify to, I guess, validate the fact that the sector needed the kind of money which was invested. Some of those projects, or 95% of those projects, are possibly not solving any real problems, so therefore they're not of value, and therefore that's leading to slower adoption. Payments and gaming is two areas where you see early adoption. If I come back to payments for a second, what needs to happen to see greater adoption of blockchain, right, in the payment sector?
The single biggest thing that needs to happen is recognition from the regulators to essentially say, hey, here are the rules of the road, the AML, KYC, the norms that you essentially need to take care of. But after that, this particular use case can essentially take off in a country. So the only thing we need is regulatory clarity that essentially digital assets or cryptos can essentially be used to move value cross-border from point A to point B. And that's it. After that, there is nothing else that's required. Companies like us and many other companies will essentially just take this use case like a rocket ship. Right?
And again, I've said this many times. By the way, I actually think that it's probably a lot larger than 95%. I would say it's like about 99.9% of a lot of these digital assets that are basically not doing anything. But I will say, I believe that the tipping point, or if you will, the tipping event around crypto and digital asset adoption, crypto adoption, however you want to put it, is going to be regulatory clarity. I think that this is probably one of the biggest events around crypto. And I think that we're getting to the point of realization that, listen, there's a large opportunity here. And the thing is that that opportunity won't be realized unless we see these regulators, stop the nonsense, which I've talked about it. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of greed. There's a lot of problems right now around the regulatory landscape. But I believe that we will get to the point where we see that next evolution of what crypto will become, very similar to the internet, right? Regulators were trying to shut the internet down. But then all at once, within a couple years, boom, almost every individual out there was utilizing the internet. And it wasn't an overnight thing. From 1998 to about, I would say, 2005, so about that 7-year gap there was not a ton of adoption of the internet. But then you've seen social media platforms being built, things like that. And then all of a sudden, you've seen a wave of individuals. See, the thing is that around crypto, we don't necessarily need individuals utilizing crypto. What we need to see is individuals utilizing crypto without even realizing it. That's the difference, right? Because with the internet, you needed people utilizing the internet, and basically they knew that they were, especially when you're utilizing social media. But with crypto, payments, for an example, right? You disrupt payments, the payment infrastructure and the core infrastructure. Well, guess what? Once you do that, everyone is utilizing crypto, but they don't even realize it. Now, also, there was a video post. This one's 4 minutes and 51 seconds long. There's actually a little bit of a better breakdown over here, but this is from Crypto Airy. There's 2 posts here. One, we do see over here, digital asset XRP on-demand liquidity used by MFS Africa, the largest payments hub of mobile money network on the continent. Founder in residence, we already know her name. Crypto-enabled growth. There's a lot of need for the utility. Utility is the focus here. And we do see over here, largest payments hub, a mobile money network on the continent of Africa. Think about what Guerra said. Cross-border payments is indeed a race to the bottom in terms of pricing. Her company, MFS Africa, uses XRP on-demand liquidity and stablecoins. No wonder there is strong resistance. And listen closely to this video.
Yeah, so MFS Africa I work at MFS Africa. I'm leading crypto there, and our DNA of the business has been for so long moving money across the continent, in and out of the continent, and we just are really damn good at doing that. I truly believe that cross-border payments is indeed a race to the bottom in terms of pricing. We're sitting in Nala's office. Nala has a pretty core feature in their app that is a comparison feature, because everyone's kind of just like racing to the bottom in terms of pricing. Yeah.
So yeah, again, like when you look at the price to send money and things like that, like it is truly a race to the bottom. And with what we see with XRP and with what Ripple is trying to do, it really is a game changer. It really is a reason why I say, like, going forward on in time, Ripple and XRP are going to be major players. And when we are talking about the valuation here around Web3, like, yeah, when you see things happening like this and you see the efficiencies and the use cases here and the utility as well, like, how won't we boast $100 trillion plus market cap at some point in time? Now, of course, like, this is at scale. Now, it could be well beyond the means of that potential market cap. We could hit $200 trillion. Who knows where we go? All I know is that this technology should 100% not be ignored. And I do believe that it is being ignored by a very large percentage of the global population. Now, over here, we also do see from Monica Long, we do see the US to Mexico corridor sees tens of billions of dollars in payments every year, remittances, treasury, you name it. And last year, Bitso processed $3.3 billion of that through crypto with Ripple and others. This is real world utility. Now, with this, I do want to bring you guys to one thing, and that is all the money. So as we see a lot of these major innovations happening, and we see a big focus on payments, and we see a big focus of what Ripple is doing, I just want to bring you guys to this tweet here from BlackBerry XRP. Now, in the past, we have talked about all the money, right? When you look at all of the money, I believe that, yeah, XRP is targeting all the money, but not in the way that most people anticipate. We do see, I never thought all the money meant all, or that all of the money in the world flows through XRP, but rather that every type of asset class can run through XRP, which 100% is a possibility. You don't want Ripple XRP to literally have all the money running through it, because then they have to play dirty and become a puppet. And we do see down here from Anderson, yes, sir, I agree. I think it was said by Evan Schwartz referring to Intraledger. That could connect all the money, and that would also mean everything would be on a level playing field along with XRP. Yup, all the money, asset classes, I'll take 10 to 50%. And again, it is such a small percentage that we need to capture around the world within payments and money transfer that I just see a strong future around XRP. And remember that we don't need to get greedy. We don't need all the money. We don't need, 50, 60%. We don't need 20%. Even just touching 1 to 5% of that amount of money would be life-changing for XRP and for anyone holding XRP. But I do believe that this is becoming a reality. I mean, listen, Ripple continues to expand their offering, and they do focus on some of the largest product offerings that we need in the world of not only business institutions, but also retail, SMEs, everything. We do see over here, businesses utilizing crypto are scaling at a rapid pace, and the complexities of managing multiple liquidity venues are becoming increasingly difficult. Ripple Liquidity Hub takes the complexity out of the crypto management through a simple, streamlined API. And yeah, I strongly believe that going forward on, we will see businesses, we will see institutions, fintechs, all of them sourcing, utilizing, and really reaping the benefits of utilizing crypto-enabled solutions. And I really think that crypto is going to be leveraged 24/7, 365, and it's going to truly be life-changing for those that could be in this game early enough. Because right now, a lot of people think that we're not early, and it definitely is. It's a misconception, because it's very hard to believe that you are early when so many individuals got rich off of like Bitcoin, for example. But it's also a misconception that a lot of people got rich off of Bitcoin, because there wasn't, hundreds of millions of individuals that got rich. No, it was such a small amount of individuals. Think about it like this, right? You bought XRP at 1 cent and XRP goes to $10. Most people will sell. But then what if XRP, and I'm saying hypotheticals here, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but it goes to 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Like, no one will be holding the asset that long. It's going to be such a small amount of individuals. And the same happened with Bitcoin. Now, I'm not saying XRP is going to go to 1,000, 10,000, or 100,000. I think that a lot of those price targets are ridiculous. But I will say, like, for Bitcoin, a lot of the early individuals that were holding, most of them sold out at $1, $5, $10, $20, $50, etc. But I will say, when we look at this market, outside of Bitcoin, because I don't believe that we are early on Bitcoin anymore, we are early on the next frontier around crypto, which will be mass adoption, and it will also be these businesses, these institutions, etc., sourcing, utilizing, and like I said, leveraging the power of crypto on an everyday basis. And just to imagine the amount of growth that we still have left in these markets, especially around tokens like XRP that are changing things in the real world and are revolutionizing the way that we, one, utilize, transact, move, and settle value. That use case by itself, it truly is limitless. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. It was up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.